last few years have been really about taking the lid off of all the narrow boxes that I'd set about defining myself as I'm an Anusara yoga teacher, or I'm this kind of teacher, that, like, I've been actually trying to write a bio for the last 2 months, and every time I sit with my pen, I'm like, Tara's a human being. That's really, yeah, it's the great who am I question. So that's been the question for me. What is it? And some of my teachers in the last year were the turtles at Desaseni, which is a yoga studio in Bali. And I would watch as I would teach yoga class, some of the classes you were in, and the turtles would come up and they'd sit on the rock and they're just there. And there doesn't seem to be a difference, or the turtle doesn't seem to know a difference between itself and the rock and the pond and the sky. And as humans, we're so uniquely encoded because we have this higher mind capacity, but I don't think we have any idea how to use it. It's like this amazing computer, but I feel like we're still at the beginning stages of trying to figure out how to use it. So by being, I mean the baseline of the universe. That is this place, as meditation teachers will say, that is before words, before thought, before separation. And by self, I mean the unified field of being, and the self with a capital S, versus the girl that has a story, that has a particular family of origin, that has quirks that might feel like, I'm awkward, I'm goofy, I'm American. That's like small s self. So how do I bring this particular character, personality, and that field that is huge and vast and almost impossible to define into one harmonious being? That's what I mean by self.
Do you think yoga is for a certain type of person?
I think that's the terrible misunderstanding of yoga today. It's such an easy thing to make fun of, yoga, because we come with, we come with Sanskrit, and we come with sort of a look and a feel, but it's Murta Ada, who's a great meditation teacher here in Bali, he was saying, and he's not necessarily a yogi, he's a healer, but he was saying in terms of harmonizing the brain and the parts of the body, yoga is one of the best things you can do. And that's also in The Brain That Changes Itself, the Norman Doidge book about neuroplasticity in the brain. I mean, yoga is a way to heal your body. It's a way to keep your brain active. It's a way to keep your body young and supple. And I think the hardest thing is the first step into yoga. Like people say, like, do I have to take my shoes off? That's embarrassing. Do I have to, can I leave my socks on? That people are going to be chanting and doing mysterious things. And I think more and more it's acknowledged that, basketball players are doing yoga to make their moves more agile. And I know football players and various athletes that are exploring it and realizing that it's kind of like an interdisciplinary act. Whether you want it to be something to talk about consciousness and self, or whether you want it to be something just to let your physical body stay lithe, stay young, stay lubricated.
So for someone who's never done yoga before, someone who's not an athlete and not a dancer and hasn't grown up with the unified field of consciousness,
yeah,
what would you say is the most important thing for them to start?
Simply to start developing an awareness of their body. Like this thing is the only thing you know you have from the beginning till the end. Right? This is like your vehicle. And so you know how to drive a car. That takes a little bit of effort. It's amazing to me that people will know how to cook amazing meals or drive their car, or they'll know everything about their house, but they won't know anything about this. And, you know, as you know, I have no fixed abode at the moment. I'm living, you know, between LA and Bali and various locations, and I'm realizing, wow, the only thing that's constant is this. Not even the clothes that I wear, just the body underneath it is the only thing I have to go with it. And when this feels good, everything feels good. Everything feels good. Sometimes I feel so good in my body. I'm like, this should not be legal.